We're joined today by Qammar Zamaan, who is a Bangladesh based journalist and an expert on food and power. Thank you so much, Mr. Qammar Zaman, for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
So, on to energy now. As you know, Bangladesh owes almost $1 billion dollars now to Adani Power, based on the agreement signed with the previous government. With foreign reserves not at an all time high, how sustainable do you think was this agreement?
Thank you very much. Actually, there is huge controversy on this deal with Adani Group by the previous regime. Because Bangladesh has been suffering from energy crisis for a long time, and due to this energy crisis, Bangladesh's main exporting sector, ready-made garment industry sector, has been suffering a lot. So the previous government stated that actually for the greater interest of the country, they conducted the deal. But problem is that there is huge gap. Actual actual benefit of this country and the deal, because there was huge energy crisis at that time, and even the price of the electricity Bangladesh getting from the Adani Group was so much high, and even there was reports that Bangladesh could have imported electricity from neighboring Bhutan cheaper by cheaper rate. But due to the subservient foreign policy of the previous government, Sheikh Hasina administration was always in favor of India, and even former Prime Minister said broadly on publicly that we have done a lot for India, and India could never forget it. So, due to the subservient foreign policy, this deal was signed, and Bangladeshi people are now very much concerned about this supply of electricity, because the country is waiting for a national election, and if there is any disaster, electricity disaster during election period and other critical period, then that will be very harmful for this country. So people are now demanding to the interim government for alternative sources for electricity, but government actually was bound to continue this deal for the internal demand.
Of course, you mentioned that the Adani Power sells it far more expensive, right? If we're not wrong, reportedly, Adani Group charges 14.87 taka per unit of electricity, whereas other Indian suppliers were also ready to supply at 9.57 taka per unit. As you can see, there's a huge discrepancy. Why do you think Sheikh Hasina still signed such a deal? They could be subservient without just going for Adani Power.
No, it's very clear that you know that Adani Group has a huge influence on the Modi administration, and due to the pressure of Modi administration on Sheikh Hasina, this discriminatory deal was signed between the Sheikh Hasina administration and the Adani Group, and it was due to the what I have already mentioned, due to the subservient foreign policy of Sheikh Hasina administration to the Modi administration. That's why actually such a deal was signed, and Bangladeshi people never supported it, and Bangladeshi people expressed, even civil society members expressed concerns on that deal. But Sheikh Hasina, without caring public concerns, without caring the experts' opinion, signed that deal, and it is still going on and Bangladesh is losing huge money for that deal actually.
Of course. So, will the interim government or the new government, whenever they're elected, renegotiate this deal or maybe exit from this deal?
I think that any government who will be elected, they would be bound to stop this deal due to the pressure of the countrymen. And you know that after a successful revolutionary change on August 5, 2024, through a massive rising and after the fall of Sheikh Hasina, so people are now so much conscious, and especially the youth, the young, or the group of Gen Z, they are so much conscious now. So if this will continue after the new government through a democratic election, then people will of course upsurge, and that will be very challenging for the new government. So any new government, they must be bound to renovate this deal, or completely stop this deal and try to for electricity from alternative sources in cheaper rate for the greater interest of this country.
Thank you so much, Mr. Qammar Zaman, for giving us your time. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much for having me.